I'm Diane Amelia Read, and I am here with Daryl Whicker. And we want to talk to you today about something that we discovered in getting to know each other that could work well, not for everybody, but for just the right people. This is going to be such a cool thing. And it's a way to get financially fit while becoming the very best version of yourself inside and out. So, like I said, it won't be for everybody, but for just the right people, it is going to be major. So, who are the right people? People who are looking for peace of mind, for financial freedom, for a sense of accomplishment, a sense of confidence. Definitely for folks looking for stress reduction, those who want a job where you can work from anywhere, um, physical health and mental health, and really to just become the very best version of yourself and share that with your family or your friends. So, again, I'm Diane Amelia Read, and this is Daryl Whicker. We met through a mutual friend who said, "You two need to get to know each other." And that's how we connected. Clearly, it was a good match. So, Daryl, why don't you give a little overview of your business and what you do?
Okay, well, thank you, Diane. I appreciate your help today, and as always, and thank you for having me on here today. But yeah, I'm Daryl Wicker, also known as the Debt-Free Santa. I help people eliminate all their debt, include their mortgage, in as little as 5 to 7 years without changing their current lifestyle. And so I do that through a process where I offer a complimentary debt-free analysis. And then if the person likes what they see and they want to move forward, this is a small investment and help them get rid of that debt once and for all.
Sounds pretty good. And 5 to 7 years is a impressive time frame. Now, Daryl and I have met on video before, and last time I asked him a few questions, including what's the process for getting started, how does this work, and how fast will I get out of debt, me personally, and is this a debt consolidation company? So we talked about those in another video that's on YouTube, and if you're curious, you can check that out. But today I'm going to ask three other questions, dig in a little deeper. So, Daryl, I make this investment. What if I change my mind after I make this purchase?
That's a great question. And you have 3 days to change your mind. And it doesn't count the weekend. So say if someone, run their numbers on a Friday and they say, let's do it, I want to go for it. And then they have Saturday, Sunday doesn't count. So if they want to get out of it by next Wednesday, then they can do that.
Okay, so you're not locked in forever the minute you sign on the dotted line.
That's right. Yes, it's a 3-day right of rescission.
Okay, good to know. Um, and and so I sign. How do I know how to use this program?
That's a good question. So what we do is I get people set up for it's called a setup wizard. It's a little small video they watch, and I help walk them through it if they need my help. I'm here to support from now on. But what we do is we set up a coaching call from the people at corporate, and they go through the program and show them how to make it as detailed as they want it or not. And nobody rushes you off the phone. We're always available for it at the corporate level, and of course from me as well.
So what if I'm up monkeying around with this program and it's 2 a.m.? Is there customer support?
Not at 2 a.m. It's not, but it's regular hours, and
Okay.
of course it's mountain time. But so if you're on the East Coast, you have a couple hours jump on everybody else
Yeah.
in the mountain western coast.
Well, it's reassuring to hear that no one gets pushed off the phone, that because sometimes the financial concepts I imagine could be challenging, and then the tech part could feel challenging. So nice that nobody's being rushed to learn.
Yes, and I have questions too. Sometimes I'll call and they never rush me off either. We have rave reviews of the way people are treated. I even ask people, "Hey, how'd you like our corporate?" And they say, "Oh, they did perfect." You know.
So just from my own education, this is a little software program that how does it work? I know we covered that in the last one, but I need a refresher.
Okay. Well, it's customized specifically for that person or that business owner because everybody has a different financial snapshot.
Mhm.
And so the program has over 4.5 million lines of code, and it's always searching the fastest way to zero debt 24/7. So you don't even have to think about it. You sign into your account, it tells you when to pay your bill, how much to pay, and then you just basically are recording that or executing that. So it's not attached to any bank accounts or anything like that. It's a standalone program, and it's not, one of those debt consolidation companies or debt negotiation or refinance or anything like that. It's a customized program for that person or that business owner.
Wow. Well, that is interesting. How many lines of code did you say?
4.5 million.
Okay, so that's some searching for sure.
Yeah, because it takes a person without sleeping 11 days to count to 1 million.
Wow. Wow. That puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
So yeah,
Well, that
so
sounds pretty sophisticated.
it is. And I've helped people that has finance degrees actually get the program because they said, I spend about 15 hours a week trying to figure it all out, and they have a growing family and they want to spend some time, with their wife and kids. And so he purchased the program because it's so convenient and he don't have to think about it.
Wow, that's great. So, any other little tidbit you'd like our viewers to know?
Yes, we're the
Anything I
only
forgot to
company.
ask?
Yes, we're the only company that gives a guaranteed debt-free date. As long as the person follows the program and it's easy to follow, you make something easy, people are more likely to do it. And 70% of our clients actually get out of debt 20% faster than the
Wow.
guaranteed date.
So, if you choose, there's a way to accelerate the process if you choose and you're able.
Yes, but we don't change the person's current lifestyle, so they can just do what they're doing right now, but have our program and get out of debt exponentially faster because it's using it's suggesting that you use your discretionary income, which most people don't do, maximizes every penny of what people have left over at the end of the month.
Wow, that's great. That sounds pretty good.
It's easy, and I'm debt free, so we do the program as well, and we became debt free March 11th this year. So we came in 9 months ahead of schedule.
That's awesome. So, you're really walking the talk.
Oh yeah, yeah. I couldn't sell it or share it if I didn't have it.
I totally understand. So, we're parallel in that because in my business, as someone who's making a business in health and wellness, I'm using the products that I offer people, the solutions that I offer, because like you, I want to be proof of the product. And I started building my business kind of funny. I started at 60 building a health and wellness business, but now at 64, I'm in the best shape of my life. So walking the talk.
That's awesome. So I know you have frequently asked questions too. So how much does it cost to start this business with you, Diane?
Um, kind of funny. It can cost nothing. in the most, it will cost $39.95. But if you are using the products, you get that money back. So, and because you want to use the products to be walking the talk, pretty much you start the business for the cost of the tools that you would buy to get set up, to work out, follow the nutrition plan and whatnot for a year. And typically that's about $159.95. There are more jacked up packages, but yeah, just by purchasing a starter package for your fitness for $159.95, you can opt in as a business builder from that point on. And there is a monthly cost, which is $15.95, and that gets you an online office. It gets you your own little website. So seriously low dollars when you think about, for instance, a franchise purchase, which you would take a loan for. So the good news about this is that pretty much all the money you spend is on things that you will use yourself. So it's not like I have a bunch of workout DVDs in my closet or anything, you know. I only spend on the things I use, and that's really great.
And that's smart business too, you know. So
Absolutely.
is there training involved? And like sometimes, you know, because sometimes people really need a little more hand holding than others.
Absolutely. There is definitely corporate training, and very sophisticated, and there is then team training. And the training is ongoing because as you grow, you learn. So there's something new to find out about, and there's training for that. Then you deepen your understanding, there's more training for the next level. So the training never ever stops. And it can be training on how to introduce the product to other people. It can be how to introduce people to the business building activities. If they want to not only get fit, but get fit and start a business, there's training for that aspect. We even have nutrition programs. So as a user of the product, you get trained on how to engage with food without cutting out any food, and you know, unless you're vegan or gluten free and you choose to. You know, these are just ways that we learn, get trained on how to engage with food in a sustainable, healthy way. So there is all kinds of training. And I know I mentioned in our previous video, everything streams. So whether you're doing a workout or watching a nutrition video or one of the meditations, they all stream. We nicknamed our platform Sweatflix because it's like Netflix, you know, it's on demand. You do it when you want to do it, when you can fit it in. And that makes it really, really convenient.
Awesome. Now, is that a subscription or is it something, how do you get to that?
It is basically a subscription, and you get it on an annual basis, and things get added to it all the time. It keeps getting enhanced, and it's really, it's kind of cool. And it's funny because after watching me for about 2.5 years, my husband finally said, I think I'm going to do that too. And so we did the same workout program for over a year. And then he got hooked on this lifting program. And I've done it twice and I love it, but I need more variety. So he just keeps doing this 1 8-week program over and over. And meanwhile, I'm doing this 4-week program and this 6-week program because I like the variety. So there are a lot of options, and they're actually pretty fun, especially like the country dance workout. I scoffed at it when I first heard about it, and then I did it and it kicked my backside, and it's really fun. So yeah, it streams. That's the long answer to your question.
So that's good because I'm that type person too, where I get bored. Excuse me, I get bored real easy, and I have to like switch things up, or I'll just get in a rut and not, you know, it's not as good or challenging, I guess, for me.
Yep.
It's the same. So that's awesome. Um, so what about if like people, they can they still do this if they're not in shape and it's in
Oh, yes. In fact, people become business builders. There's a misconception that you have to get fit and then start your business, but that is absolutely not the case. I just came back from our annual coach conference. There were about 20,000 people there, and there was every shape, size, and age of people, 18 and over. Um, People who are getting fit make really compelling coaches because they can make the invitation, hey, why don't you do this with me? Let's do this together. Um, Sometimes when you're at the early stage of your fitness journey, you're more relatable to a lot of people. If somebody shows up, they're buff and they've got a six pack and they look cut, I would look at that person and say, we have nothing in common. I can never do that. And I wouldn't start with that person because I think, they are over the top. But when I see somebody who, sort of has an average human body and they're saying, hey, do you want to get fit with me? That's like, yeah, let's do it together. Let's buddy up. And so, yeah, absolutely anybody can do it. All of the workouts have modifications and they are designed to really be either a starting point or a thing that you can enhance and make it very athletic. So even within the programs, all of these options are available. And as for the business building, I certainly started this way. And really, most people do when they've got a full time job already, but they're hoping to either augment their income or, as I am planning to do, to gradually do my coaching full time and leave my regular job. And I'm moving in that direction because now I'm down to part time and eventually I'll just be sliding completely over. But we talk about in the beginning building your business in little pockets of time. So it's not like I've got to sit down and work for 90 minutes. No, if you have 15 minutes here, then you do this piece, and 15 minutes here, and you do this piece. And so we work in these little pockets of time. And doing that helps you also develop a sense of boundary so that you're not working all the time, but you're still getting the work done. And having that work-life balance is super important.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because a lot of times people think, oh, I've got to quit my job and do this full time, or I've got to, maybe they get real excited at first, but they don't want to put any time in. But we know we have to put some in. So the goals are very important, to write them down, look at them. And
That's
I mean, I'm
right.
not telling you anything new. I'm just,
Well, you're absolutely right though, and it's nice to underscore that, to have a vision of what you want and then lean into the training and the trust that you can get there because there's nothing but support to help that happen. So that's kind of fun. And again, having just come back from a huge community of coaches, I can tell you that we're all um, kind of jacked up on endorphins and the personal development we do. We're always reading self-improvement books or listening to podcasts. And so we're really kind of a happy bunch. And so that's a nice plus.
yes, I agree. I think a lot of people maybe aren't successful because they leave the self-development part out.
Yeah,
And that's vitally important because we always have to work on ourselves. People might say, well, it's that other person. No, it's not. It's the person we look at in the mirror every day.
that's right. It's absolutely right. So I just want to swing back to what you and I came up with, um, and kind of recap this magic magic spell or whatever you want to call it for just the right people, because you've got this great way to help people get out of debt without changing their lifestyle, and I have a way to help people get healthy and build income in a job that you could do from anywhere. So for the right person who wanted to lean into paying down their debt while increasing income to tell me if I'm right about this, by increasing that income, maybe pay down their debt even faster.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exponentially faster.
Yeah. And so to have that little extra something, something coming in while you're getting fit and healthy and, potentially building a business that could be your sole business that you can do from anywhere when you want to work. So that's that's not going to be for everybody, but boy, is it a sweet thing for just the right person.
Absolutely. So you have their positive body being effective positively and a positive cash flow.
Yeah.
And so people can use that money for whatever they want to, but it's a lot nicer to keep it for yourself than to pay it out to lenders.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're right. People can do what they want with their money, but if you can pay down your debt and get that burden off your back more quickly, pretty good. Pretty good.
And maybe
So,
even get some weight off their back too, right?
some weight off your back and some weight off your
Yeah.
back.
And your
Absolutely.
shoulders.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, just a little recap. This is for people who might be feeling overwhelmed by debt, um, who have the determination and the patience to stick with a plan. Um, for folks who want money and time freedom, if you're that person who wants a healthy, sustainable lifestyle, and especially if you like helping others, a really great match for you. And do you want to run down? We've got some benefits here. Do you want to run those down?
Yes. So it gives people more peace of mind and a sense of accomplishment and confidence. Gives them financial freedom. And of course, that stress reduction comes with that.
Hmm.
A work from home, anywhere job, physical and mental health, and they can become the best version of themselves.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. So, Daryl, how does somebody connect with you?
Well, they can go to my YouTube page and subscribe if they would like. I have some frequently asked question videos that I'm working on, and they're about 30 seconds, no more than a minute. Um, it's at Daryl Whicker on YouTube, DarylWhicker, or they can go to debtfreesanta.com and they can uh, put in for a complimentary debt-free analysis, and I'll get the notification, and we'll set something up through there. Uh, so, how about you? How can we get in touch with you, and what's some good ways?
It's handy that we both have our names here under our little Zoom windows. Um, so I'm DianeAmeliaRead.com and also DianeAmeliaRead@gmail.com. So you can ping me through my website. You can just straight up send me an email, and I would be delighted to talk with anybody who has questions, or certainly if somebody feels just ready to dive right in.
Okay, well that's awesome, and thank you so much for your time today, Diana. Really appreciate you putting all this together.
Well, you are a pleasure, Daryl, and I love the idea of joining together to help somebody. So that makes me happy too. So thanks everyone. We hope to hear from you.
Yes.